Well, that's right, Dick. For this race in Kansas City, we're going to give the standard racing format for unlimited hydroplanes a new wrinkle. Heats 1A and 1B will be run as they always have been. The fastest qualifiers are given first lane choice. They probably take the inside for that advantage that we've talked about. Now, when it comes time to draw for heats 2A and 2B, the boats that have scored the most points, the boats that won heats 1A and 1B, will not be given that same advantage. They will be the last to draw. They'll probably end up way on the outside. The unlimited officials think this will increase competition, at least in that one heat. Some teams, notably the Budweiser guys, feel they're being penalized, and it's understandable. Most everyone else seems to like it. We'll wait and see. Jim Hendrick is in the camp of one team that could benefit.
Well, the benefits remain to be seen, especially for the boat behind me, Steve, and that's the T+. Steve David qualified at 155 plus. The last couple of days, that's the best showing they had all year. They'll be in lane one. They're going to have a lot of competition, but they do have the advantage. But if they win in Heat 1A coming up, what happens? They could flop over to the outside and not have that advantage in the second heat. They're hungry. They're looking for their first win since 1993 at Honolulu. It will be interesting.
And interesting not only on the water, but in the Eagle Snacks O'Doul's high points race, because you can see only a couple of hundred points separate from top to bottom in the top five. Now, remember, they get 400 points a win, so that can really come down very, very fast. There could be some major changes today. Ed Cooper, owner of one of the boats getting ready for the first race out here on Smithville Lake, will be back with all the competition and all the speed as we continue with Speed World in just a moment. Well, as you were getting that history lesson, the boats took to the water here at Smithville Lake. And Jim Hendrick, let's take a look at the lineup for our first start.
Well, we're on the white flag lap. Means one lap to go. And in lane one will be Steve David and Jim Harvey's T+ engine treatment. Lane number two, Mark Evans in the Wellness Plan, owned by Fred Leland. Ron Jones has Scott Pierce in the cockpit of the Miss DOC AccuView. Kendall Oil Ramada for the Coopers. And that is Mitch Evans in the cockpit. Jerry Hop drives Mike Jones's Miss KC.
As we take a look at the boats coming down, T+ on the inside should have a little bit of an advantage as they start. This is a wide course, and they are taking just about all the course coming down for the start. The green flag just started to fly, and they are off and running into turn number one. It is the T+. Stephen David, Wellness Plan in lane number two, staying right on his hip. Steve David comes out of the turn. Let's see if he holds it steady coming out. He does. He is unchallenged onto the back stretch. So Steve David getting a little bit light, showing us a little bit of the underside of the boat. Coming down now on the far side of the course, doing a good job. Gets a little bit of a jump out of the water, but manages to hold it in there.
All preliminary heats will be 3-lap sprints, and of course the finale for the fastest 6 boats, they will go a full 5 laps.
The Wellness Plan has moved up on the outside of the T+. The Wellness Plan driven by Mark Evans. He has done a fine job in this boat, getting a lot more out of it than a lot of people thought they would. There is also a battle back in third place. It is Scott Pierce in the Miss DOC AccuView and Mitch Evans in the Kendall Oil boat, which happens to be the only piston-powered boat on the course. But the leader, and for the moment uncontested, Stephen David out of Pompano Beach, Florida, in the T+.
Running about 140-mile-an-hour laps right now is the T+ with Steve David. And speaking of Mark Evans, he also qualified another boat that's in this heat, the Miss KC, but Jerry Hop is in the cockpit right now.
Right now, that boat is riding in 5th place on the course. Here's your battle for 3rd place. Scott Pierce on the inside of the course, Mitch Evans on the outside of the piston packer, doing a fine job. There's your lead boat, the Miss T+ on the outside of him. Just behind in second is the Wellness Plan, Mark Evans. He's gotten an awful lot out of that boat.
Zodiac Sports Watch average lap speed for the T+, 141.
We might point out to those that are viewing these races for the first time, these boats are capable at top speed of going the length of a football field in just 1 second. Holding them on the water, balancing the water and air, and there's a good job being done by Mitch Evans again as we take a look at our leader. T+, this is going to be for the checkered flag. Steve David, what a great way to start the day in the Miss T+. He flies the boat a little bit out of the water, comes down for the checkered flag. Wellness Plan will finish up in 2nd place. Steve David literally led from start to finish, and there goes the flag to mark it officially. Steve David gets 400 points for winning the first race of the day. Each winner gets 400 points. The 2nd place boat, the Miss Wellness Plan, will get 300, and so on down the list. They'll accumulate these points through the day to qualify for the championship heat late this afternoon.
And there are no points for a DNF, which means for Jerry Hopp in this case did not finish. But by the new plan, he'll get better lane choice the next heat. Now let's go down to the winning dock and Steve Montgomery.
Hey guys, Steve David, congratulations on the victory. Now you know what that means next heat.
Yeah, I know. I guess we're going to probably get last lane choice, but that's okay. The T-Plus engine treatment's running great, and guys have it really set up well, and we're just building towards the final. That's the race we have to win. This is just a process of getting there.
Now, take a look at the feat of no defeat. Chip Hanauer, a perfect season thus far. Will it continue? We'll find out on Speed World when we continue in just a moment.